The invisible game, Machiavelli understood before all men. Read at your own risk. The discomfort comes from the mirror, not the words. The modern man believes that what women desire is love, attention, and a promise of eternity. But when the music stops, what remains standing is not the declaration, it is the presence. What she respects is not the speech, it is emotional power. What keeps her there is not your explanation, it is your ability to control your own pulse when she tries to pull you out of yourself. Love without power is a plea. Power without noise is sovereignty. Machiavelli never wrote about romance, but he understood the human theater. He who controls appearances controls perceptions. The key is here. Woman dominates by instinct. Man demands sincerity. She works in atmosphere. He asks for clarity. She measures impact. Whoever governs appearance governs the desire of those who watch. It is not malice. It is survival. Over centuries, the feminine learned that influence is a way of breathing. She reads the temperature, calibrates her gaze, and manipulates silence. Strategy becomes reflex. Man gets lost because he confuses charm with surrender and intensity with truth. He wants a map. She changes the landscape. The uncomfortable truth is silent. While man seeks emotional justice, woman measures value by the impact he has on her environment. Impact is density, rhythm, and self-control. The subtext in the feminine world reads emotional hierarchy. What matters is not what you feel for her, but who you are before her.
Man wants to be loved. The feminine respects whoever imposes a center. Man wants to be understood. The feminine follows whoever resists capture. Man asks for certainty. The feminine orbits whoever endures uncertainty. The weak man reacts. The common man explains. The powerful man observes. And silence does the rest. Not because silence is a trick, but because silence born from inner order is law. The Machiavellian warning is procedure, not poetry. He who wants to be loved will end up being used. He who masters his own silence will be feared. To be loved as a goal breeds dependence. To master silence grants command. The feminine test is the battlefield where this is proven. A woman doesn't test a man because she doubts him. She tests him because she needs to feel the weight of his access. Every provocation, every silence, every mood swing is a mute question. Are you stable enough to contain my chaos? It is the ancestral instinct of natural selection. The feminine seeks the center around which she can spin without losing herself, and the man who is not a center is spun out. Schopenhauer saw love as a biological illusion, a trick of nature. The feminine test is a tool of that same nature. She simulates chaos to see if you dissolve or remain. The modern man's mistake is believing he can win this through explanation. Explanation is the death of authority. Every time a man justifies himself, he turns a provocation into a confession. He tries to prove purity when her instinct seeks firmness. Purity is fragile. Firmness is magnetic. The man who explains too much tries to convince, and the act of convincing is a form of pleading. Whoever pleads abdicates the throne.
Do not respond to manipulation. That is the first gesture of true power. The man who does not react to a woman's emotion communicates that he dominates his own. And that mastery is what her instinct respects most. Respect is born when a man demonstrates that her emotions have no power over his, when he becomes the fixed point. A woman feels real power not when a man promises love, but when he radiates stability. Stability is the silent language of strength. The man who understands this no longer tries to win. He simply remains. And in a world of impulses, to remain is the highest form of power. The dirty secret most men cannot bear to admit is that feminine power is theatrical, and male naivete pays for the ticket. The woman writes the script. The man, desperate for honesty, becomes a supporting character in his own story. The game rewards those who understand the theater and act accordingly. Disguise is not falsehood. It is instinct. It is how nature taught the feminine to navigate the world. Scarcity is the language of influence. That is why the woman who understands silence becomes irresistible, while the man who seeks explanations becomes predictable. Man wants to know what it is. He wants definitions. But the feminine is movement. The man who demands clarity reveals he is trapped in the logic of control. He wants to frame the mystery when he should be observing it. Power resides in rhythm, not discourse. The strategic man doesn't decipher words. He observes patterns. He knows the glance that strays and returns says more than any phrase. He recognizes that silence is not an absence of response. It is a form of command. When man stops seeking clarity and begins to understand rhythm, the game shifts. He stops being the audience and becomes the mirror. And the mirror is the only figure that disarms the actor. A woman doesn't fear the violent man. She fears the man who doesn't react, because he doesn't play the validation game. In the end, power is not in deciphering the secret. It is in remaining clean from it. The man who masters silence before manipulation, who observes illusion without reacting, who remains whole even when tested, that man has already won. The lion does not fear the disguise of its prey. He merely observes, and when his silence weighs heavy, the forest bows, because the man who has understood the game no longer plays. He creates the rules for the next one.